What's your favorite book right now? Why do you shop at Erewhon? What makes you so happy? What was your first job? How do you invest your money? What was your journey to becoming an entrepreneur? How much did you pay for it?
I'm not saying that. Come on now.
I feel like that's a pretty common question people ask, right?
Is it? Yeah. No. That was the first time anyone's ever asked me. Well, that isn't, a homie.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of friends, huh?
No, we not. Not yet.
Hey guys, we're here at Erewhon in Los Angeles. This is probably the most expensive grocery store in the world. It's $24.50. I literally just spent $25 on this single carrot juice. Not kidding. And I've always wondered who shops here and what do they do for a living. So today we're actually gonna be asking people that exact question as well as any advice that they have. And yeah, I'm super excited, so let's get started. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Renee. I'm 7 years old and I work in fitness.
What do you do in fitness?
I'm a group fitness instructor.
Okay. Where at?
Equinox.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into personal training?
First of all, you have to really love people. You have to really work on making and building a connection with people, but most importantly, you gotta love what you do. If you love working out, then yeah, go for it. If you don't really like working out, but you want to become a personal trainer, it's probably not the job for you.
Why do you go to Erewhon?
Because I love the food, and better yet, I love the people that work here. Like Martin over there. Shout out Martin!
What do you get every single day?
Kale, avocado, white bean salad, broccolini, sweet potato.
How much does that cost?
Probably like 26 bucks, I think. Yeah, for one meal.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, right? Depends, Can't put a price on your health, right?
Is Erewhon worth it?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's healthy. The work environment here, from what I can tell, with how they treat the customers, it honestly makes it worth it. I love going in. I love the experience of people knowing my name, knowing what I like to eat, actually caring about their craft, whether it's coffee or whether it's matcha or whether it's kale or whatever it may be. I love that part of this whole establishment. They seem to just really pay attention to the details.
By the way, guys, it's not an ad for Erewhon, even though you'd be an amazing spokesperson for them, I feel like.
Right?
What's something that you do every single day that everyone should do?
Meditate and pray.
Do you have any apps you recommend for that?
Open. Yes, shout out Open.
What is your biggest priority in life?
Service. I like giving back.
Like how?
Helping people, whether it's through fitness, whether it's through organizations that help homeless or people in treatment, all of it.
Do you have any advice for people that want to gym more consistently but just can't bring themselves to do that?
Find a workout that you like to do. I think you have a better rate of success if you find something you like and you can stick with it easier. It's all about consistency.
Are there any workout programs that you recommend?
I like running. It's easy in terms of just getting outside and just moving your body. Just anything that just motivates you or just moves you in a different way.
What's your biggest monthly expense right now?
Probably my rent.
How much do you pay for rent?
I'm not saying that. Come on now.
I feel like that's a pretty common question people ask, right?
Is it? Yeah. No. That was the first time anyone's ever asked me. Well, that isn't, a homie.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of friends, huh?
No, we not. Not yet.
What's one piece of advice that really impacted you?
Fortune favors the bold. I had a good friend of mine tell me that. Ever since then, it's allowed me to take certain risks.
To take risks in life.
Exactly.
What's a non-negotiable you do every single day?
Drink coffee.
How many milligrams of caffeine do you ingest per day?
Too much. Probably like 300.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but for me, I'm sensitive to it.
Okay. And what does caffeine do for you?
Honestly, it does wake me up, but it's more of a routine thing now, Like I kind of like waking up and moving in a very regimented way, and it's one of the first things that I do.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Natalia. I'm 38 and I'm a makeup artist.
What's the most you've made in one day from doing makeup?
A few thousand.
That's a lot of money. How'd you get into that?
Actually, it was really random. I worked in corporate for 10 years and made a switch, and what started out as a hobby is now my full-time career.
What's a piece of advice you have for people that want to get into entrepreneurship?
Stick with it. Don't let anyone deter you from chasing a dream.
So how long did it take for you to see traction?
Well, it started out as a hobby, and I really didn't anticipate it on being a career, but I'd say about 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being self-employed?
I have my own shifts. I work for myself. I can take the day off. I can work whenever I want, wherever I want.
What's a habit you do every single day that everyone should do?
Drink lots of water.
How much water do you drink?
At least a gallon.
Wow, I've tried doing that before. It's actually really hard.
Yeah, it's clarity. Water will give you clarity.
All right, so drink more water, you guys. How do you invest your money?
Well, I invest in myself. So I invest in, upping my skills, my equipment.
What's the best thing you've ever done for your business?
Diversify. Learning new skills, branching out. You have to see what's out there and don't just stay in one lane.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Where did you go and what did you study?
So I studied in Australia. I did a Bachelor of Law, a Bachelor of Business, a Bachelor of Marketing, and a Master's in Communication.
That's a lot of school. How many years did that take?
A long time. It was 6, 7 years.
Wow, That's very impressive. And do you think college was worth it?
Yes, I think it gives you a really good understanding of people, obviously knowledge, but it can take you anywhere. You just never know where you're going to fall into. So, I mean, personally, yes, I thought it was worth it. But, you know, this day and age, people are doing things that you don't necessarily need to go to college for. So,
Why do you shop at Erewhon?
because it's close. It's close to me.
Is it worth it?
It's expensive. I'd say the quality is there. So, yeah.
Some of the fruit is like $8 for a carton of raspberries. It's crazy.
That's certainly overpriced. Wouldn't pay that in Australia.
What makes you happy?
Life. You know, you got to get out of bed and wake up and enjoy the day.
What's your favorite part about life?
I like experiences. So I meet people and travel and music. That's my day.
Thank you so much. So what's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Eric. I'm 27 years old and I work in Web3 in the crypto and NFT space.
So what do you exactly do in that space?
I was just generally working in the space as like a crypto and NFT trader. And then I did like a brief stunt at a venture capitalist Web3 fund as like an analyst.
Did you go to college?
I did. I graduated from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
And what'd you study?
Management information systems in business.
Do you think that was worth it?
I wouldn't say a college degree is necessarily worth it. I don't know. I think America kind of blankets people into this mindset of having to go to college, get a degree, and then work until you're 60 and retire on like a Roth IRA or a 401k. I feel like that's a mindset of complacency, and I think doing what I do now, I definitely didn't need my college degree. I think my college degree helped me get a job outside of college, but it doesn't have much utility beyond that.
What was your journey to becoming an entrepreneur?
Right out of college, I worked at a consulting company for a couple of years, and I think like during that time, just slaving away at a 9-to-5 made me want to like really challenge myself and build something of my own. And I've been like pretty entrepreneurial my whole life, and so I literally just tried every single business under the sun. I tried like FBA, I tried high-ticket drop shipping, a lot of like digital products. I tried like a clothing store. I feel like I just tried everything to make it. And my best advice for that, for anyone who is like an aspiring entrepreneur, I guess, on YouTube, you get a lot of different ideas for side hustles, and you really have to just try everything once in order to like find out what works for you.
Why do you shop at Erewhon?
It's like my guilty pleasure. Their food is like so good. Their smoothies are incredible, and it's definitely not a daily thing because it would just get way too pricey.
What's the best thing to get?
I'd say definitely get food from the hot food bar, or try one of the smoothies, like the flavor of the month, Hailey Bieber smoothie, whatever.
Are those drinks really expensive?
Yeah, it's like an $18 smoothie, so I definitely don't recommend getting one every day, or you're just gonna burn a hole in your pocket.
What do you like to splurge your money on?
Food is like my biggest daily expense, I'd say. I don't really buy much material goods like cars or whatnot. I feel like my last like big purchase was a house. I don't know, it doesn't make sense buying a lot of like luxury goods or whatnot.
I agree. Food's like an experience, right? It's like such a good memory. I don't know.
Yeah, totally.
How much would I have to pay you for you to never be able to taste food again?
That's priceless. You can't put a number on that.
What about like 100 million?
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy.
What's a daily habit you do that you think everyone should do?
Having self-discipline and not so much creating a routine daily. For me, it didn't work. For others, it works a lot. But I think like having discipline and implementing that in every aspect of your life is really important.
What's your favorite book?
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Why?
There's a lot of valuable life lessons in there that you can apply beyond like being an entrepreneur or beyond like working for yourself. I think everyone should read that book at least once. My favorite concept from there is like manifestation and like visualizing your life. That's really important for everyone to do. Like think about who you want to be in 5-10 years. Think about like how you want your life to be like and what you see yourself as in the future.
So like sort of put it out into the world, tell yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you don't put it out into the universe, it'll never happen.
What was your first job?
A business analyst and then a program manager at this consulting company. I did that for like 4 years outside of college and just worked away, I guess.
What'd you learn from that?
People skills, networking, professional development, managing a lot of different moving parts and just making sure everything worked together in a cohesive format. That was a very valuable skill learned. Beyond that, I'd say like the people that I met and like learning about everyone's different working styles and how to work efficiently with a lot of different personalities.
What makes you happy?
Being able to do whatever I want to do every single day is like having freedom is really important to me. Even better when you create that freedom yourself.
Thank you so much.
Cool.
Thank you. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name's Barret. I'm 49. I'm a film editor.
How'd you get into that?
A long time ago, I left college. I studied film and TV and went to London. I started working for an editing house doing commercials.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into that?
Become an assistant editor. Okay. It's the best way to start.
How do you do that?
There are a lot of editing houses in big cities across the world. Approach them, start off. Normally you have to start as a like a runner or whatever, and work your way up. Or you find film editors, big name film editors, and you contact them.
So are you self-employed?
I am, yes.
What's your favorite thing about being self-employed?
Being my own boss, just being in control of my own life, deciding what I want to do and choosing what I want to do when I want to do it.
What advice would you have for someone that wants to become self-employed?
Depends what you want to do. You've got to be ready just to take time, just having the patience to kind of keep at it and build up, because it won't always happen straight away.
How long did it take for you to get traction?
As I went from being a salaried assistant editor to a self-employed freelance editor, it took a good couple of years.
What's your biggest monthly expense right now?
My rent,
How much are you paying for rent?
about $3,000.
Is that for like a one bed?
Yeah, 1 bedroom.
Yeah, LA is very expensive. Why do you shop at Erewhon?
It's walking distance. I live about 2 minutes away.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what's your favorite thing to get here?
The soup. I get chilled soup, take it home.
What's your philosophy on life?
That's a deep question. Just to keep working, work hard, but but have a good balance. Can't all be work, but at the same time, I think if you stop and do nothing, it just leads to depression.
So what makes you the happiest in life?
I'll tell you when I find out. I feel like I'm constantly trying to chase the next big project, the next big thing, and as soon as you get it, you're like, great, and then that lasts about 5 minutes, and then you're thinking about what's going to come after that. If you're doing okay, then I think it's being happy with where you're at.
Would you ever go back to working for someone?
I doubt it. I just like being in control of my own life and not having to kind of be under a salaried kind of contract to kind of constantly go somewhere.
Do you have health insurance?
I do. I have my own.
How much do you pay for that? Because I know it can be really expensive.
It's over $800 a month.
Is it worth it to live in California?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting equation because on one hand, the salaries and things that people make here for the equivalent jobs, people make more money, but then I find that my cost of living, it doesn't necessarily make me better off.
What was your first job?
I was a paperboy. Yeah, it's a long time ago. I'm 49.
And what did you learn from that job?
Nothing. No. I mean, I didn't really meet people whilst doing it. I'm just cycling around neighborhoods, dropping newspapers on doormats. So
Good exercise though. Name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Amy. I'm 29. I work as a nanny and family assistant.
How'd you get into that?
I studied theater, so I just work with kids very naturally.
How'd you find your current clients?
Through a nanny agency.
What's that called?
It's called Westside Nannies.
How's your work schedule?
I work Monday through Friday. It's a little flex. It's like whenever they need me, but usually during the day.
Are you willing to share how much you make?
I make $30 an hour.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa.
I mean, it's not anything magnificent. I think it comes down to $50,000 a year.
Maybe after taxes?
Yeah.
What's the big piece of life advice you have?
Oh my God. I did not know this would be so in depth. Don't take yourself so seriously.
Okay.
Have fun.
So how do you do that?
I try to laugh at myself and make jokes. I love to dance and have fun and sing and all of that stuff.
You're a happy person. What makes you so happy?
I don't think too much.
Do you have any advice for people that want to budget better or save more money?
Yeah, pay your bills first. That's what I've been doing is I get my paycheck, I pay all my bills, and then I don't spend that money. The only reason I shop here is because I have points because the family I work for shops here, so I rack up the points and then use them.
What's the best item to get here?
Everything at the hot food bar is good. The smoothies are ridiculously expensive, but they're so good. The Hailey Bieber smoothie is delicious when I'm feeling crazy.
Who do you look up to?
My mom. She raised me and my siblings. She's still raising my younger sibling, and she just does it all really gracefully.
Did you go to college?
Yes, I did.
What'd you study?
I studied theater. I'm a theater kid.
How long have you been doing theater for?
More than 5 years.
Do you want to get into theater or acting or that type of stuff?
Yeah, I would love to one day. It's really hard to make a living as an actor, but it is a goal of mine in the future. But right now, I really love what I do also, and it sustains me.
What's a daily habit you do that you think people should try?
Just connecting with a higher source. Whether you think that's the universe or whatever, connecting with something bigger than myself.
What is your priority in life?
To just love people, to create a life where I feel free and I can contribute to the freedom of other people.
Do you invest your money?
No. I invest in myself.
Thank you very much. We got some awesome answers from you.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm Rylee, I'm 24, and I just graduated college.
Where'd you go for college?
Loyola Marymount.
What'd you study?
English.
Was college worth it?
Yeah, college is definitely worth it because you make a lot of connections in college, whether it's professors who are in the industry you want to get into or networking with other students. I think it's a great thing. I know a lot of people don't think it's useful, but I personally found it useful.
And what do you want to do in the future?
I want to be a writer, so I'm looking for writer jobs, but it's just kind of hard right now.
Why do you shop at Erewhon?
It's fresh produce, kind of a really LA vibe.
And what did you get today?
Got a box of lunch, some cleaning stuff, and some LA kind of drink.
How much did you spend?
$54 for 4 things. Yeah.
Yeah, I just bought a juice and it was $25 for a little can. What advice do you have for new college grads?
Have someone help you with your resume. I feel like I didn't really get a lot of guidance in college. college and I had a hard time finding jobs, and now I'm getting a lot of interviews, so definitely focus on the resume, cover letter.
What's your biggest monthly expense right now?
Erewhon.
Really? How much do you spend on Erewhon per month?
Probably $200 a month. I try to come here a lot less for lunch, but they have good stuff. Like, it's just so good.
What do you get for lunch here?
It's like a protein and like 2 sides of veggies and stuff.
What's a big piece of advice that you've been told that has really stuck with you?
Just to keep working hard and like stick to like what you are passionate to. Definitely done that. My parents have supported that, and yeah, it's worked out so far.
What's a daily habit you do that everyone should do?
Exercise, meditate, do yoga, mind, wellness and stuff like that.
How has that helped you out?
My mental health has gotten really better. Didn't really do that in college a lot, and I found myself like stressed out and like anxious all the time. Meditation and like exercise has helped a lot for sure.
Do you have any tips for people that are looking for a job right now?
Just give it time. Be patient. It's a hard industry right now, but just give it time.
What's your biggest goal in life?
To get a book published.
That's really cool. What was the most helpful class that you ever took?
Probably Shakespeare, just because like for my major, like it just was like good to understand more about his writing, and like I think his writing really resonates with issues today.
When I was reading Shakespeare in class, I literally couldn't understand like a single thing. I think my
Spark Notes, everything. I love Shakespeare, but I couldn't read it straight up. It's too hard.
What's the worst class you've ever taken?
Stats.
Why?
Because I'm not good at math at all. I took it during COVID, so I'm not gonna lie, I did cheat on some of the tests, and I still got like a C flat, so just not my thing.
What's a problem that needs to be solved in the world?
I would say the climate crisis is a big one. I think we're just very wasteful with many things, and we kind of just don't pay enough attention to it. It worries me every day.
So what do you like to splurge your money on?
Probably going out. That's kind of what I spent a lot of money on lately, just going out on the weekends with friends, getting drinks and stuff like that. I love buying like vintage clothes. That's kind of a big thing in LA, so I love splurging.
Like thrifting?
Thrifting, yeah.
What's your name, age, and what do you do?
My name is Quent. I'm 30 years old. I'm a real estate investor.
How often do you come to Erewhon?
At least every day. Sometimes 2 times a day. I used to come 3 times a day.
Why do you like Erewhon so much?
The vibe, the energy, just good to stay healthy. It's a nice investment.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into real estate investing?
Just do it. Just start. I got into it at a young age, and I started learning at a young age, and with time, things will come with it.
What's a daily habit that you do that you think everyone should do?
Go to the gym. Wake up in the morning. Say your prayer. Get a workout in.
What's your favorite book right now?
7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
What's in that book?
The laws of success. It makes things very, very simple to where you can actually, progress in life.
What's the purpose of life?
Help people. Putting people on to different things, giving people advice. Any kind of way I can help somebody, make somebody feel better, to make you feel better.
Who do you look up to?
I look up to my father. Just an all-around good man. Take care of a lot of people. Be there for a lot of people. So I kind of want to do the same thing.
Any advice for saving more money?
You just gotta really find out what you're spending money on first. Once you find out what you're spending money on, it's kind of easy. Me personally, I can live off of $100 a week as far as in eating, driving, whatever I need to do. So you just gotta figure out what you do, cut out the bad habits, and focus on the good habits. That's it.
Thank you so much, man. What's your name, age, and what do you do?
I'm Jaime, I'm 34, and I'm a sales engineer.
What do you do as a sales engineer?
I sell software and help companies integrate the software into their existing systems.
Do you have any advice for people that want to get into sales engineering?
Hustle. There's a lot of great resources online. There's a lot of untraditional ways that you can create your own lane in this industry. And there's a lot of good support networks too, like Women Who Code. If you're underrepresented, there's a lot of groups that help support the community and growth in untraditional ways.
Okay. Why do you shop at Erewhon?
I'm just visiting, and I came by here one day and I like their meals.
Okay. How much did you spend on your meal?
Too much.
Like over 20 bucks?
I think it was like 20, yeah.
Did you go to college?
I did.
Where'd you go?
University of Oregon.
Was it worth it?
Yeah. I had a good experience. Well, I didn't actually use my degree, but there's still a lot I learned in the process.
What's the best daily habit that you think you do?
Meditate.
How do you do that?
Just give yourself space to just be in the moment and get your mind right before you go out in the day, and who knows what can happen in any day. A good way to be prepared for whatever comes.
Okay. Do you have any advice for people that want to save more money?
Put aside a little bit every single time you get paid.
What do you invest your money in?
Myself. There's a lot that I want to do in this world, and I want to be able to show up every day in a way that allows me to be my best self so that I can contribute to the bigger part of humanity. And I want to do a lot for other people, so in order to do that, I have to take care of myself.
So what is your biggest priority in life right now?
Music, community, and helping other people become free in their expression and make money off of their brilliant creativity.
What's been a life-changing piece of advice you've been told?
I'm on this solo road trip, so I come across a lot of strangers every day, and I feel like some of the the most magical moments of life are in these like really seemingly random moments with strangers. Everybody has a little piece of wisdom that they can share with you at any given time. I guess kind of like this moment, right?
I love that. Wow. So you said you're on a road trip. Where are you going? Like,
Wherever the wind blows.
do you have like a RV or like Sprinter van or something?
I have my SUV that I fill up and I stay in different houses when I go.
Do you have any advice for people that want to do something similar?
It's more possible than you think it is. I've been doing this for 15 months now, and when I first did it, I thought I would only do it for like 2 months, and here I am. I'm doing it through house sitting. House sitting is a good way for you to go around and see things without having to like pay for where you're staying. And
What apps or platforms do you use?
TrustedHouseSitters.com. I should get paid for that.
You should. Not sponsored by them. But so you literally just put your info on there and then people can contact you and...
It's basically like Airbnb for house sitting. So I have a profile, everybody else has a profile. So you have like reviews, you know what you're getting into. I've had a great experience with it. Like I said, I never thought I'd be doing it this long, but it just keeps unfolding. So I've let it happen.
What's the best part about being able to work remotely?
Being able to do what I'm doing now.
Do you think everyone should try this at some point in their life?
I mean, I've had such a great experience that I want to say that, but every single person is so different, you know? So it might not be for everybody, but I think if you do it, you'll grow a lot. You'll learn a lot about yourself and about your place in this world and connect to the people around you in a whole different way.
Who do you look to for advice?
I think at the end of the day, we do have everything we need to know like within us. Everyone's gonna give you advice along the way, and that's really dope to be able to learn from each other. But I think when you're able to distill it through like the lens of who you are personally and filter it that way, I think that's the best advice you could ever get, is like when you're really aligned and connected, because at the end of the day, only you know what's right for you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it. So there you have it, asking shoppers here at Erewhon what they do for a living. We talked to a lot of amazing people. I learned a lot, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, make sure you get your free stocks using the links down below. It's literally hundreds of dollars of free money. If you guys want to see more videos just like this, where we ask people what they do for a living, then make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more videos. We do a ton of content about personal finance, investing, and entrepreneurship. Anyways, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.